Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to yet another World Cup Digest episode featuring two of the greatest teams right now in our group. And it was the most awaited episode because it is India and Pakistan. So the two arch rivals we are going to cover mostly about India and Pakistan. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Could they qualify for the next round? And what do we think, being unbiased and everything? But it's not just about India and Pakistan. We'll also discuss about the current ongoing qualifiers that is going around. Just an update to the viewers that Bangladesh have just beaten Papua New Guinea, and they have 99% assured themselves of a place in the Super 12s of the World Cup. We'll get to know about which group they will play in about 3 or 4 hours time after the game of Scotland and Oman. So that will be a thing to watch out for. But now let us kickstart with the discussion of India and Pakistan. So to discuss that, we have a good panel members in with us. We got Omkar, Sachit, and Himanshu. And we could already see it to be a little bit of a sea of blue. So two of us are wearing black just to keep that neutrality at place. But really, man, it is really going to be an exciting episode. So already once you can see it in the comment section, once is saying biggest of the lot, and indeed, why not? I mean, we are going here to discuss about the two arch rival, as we rightly said, India and Pakistan. So let us start off. Let's keep the suspense for the end. Let us start off by discussing about Pakistan for that matter. So I really feel that people like I'll play the devil's advocate and be the neutral person on the panel. I know that we all have to say mostly about India and everything, but let's just keep the biasness and neutrality for aside for once. I do believe that Pakistan could be a surprising team in this World Cup. And yes, they lost a pretty narrow game against South Africa in the warm-up match, but they really have a good squad in place. So let us kickstart the discussion about Pakistan and their squad and how do we feel they will line up. So let's start off with you, Omkar. So Pakistan, I mean obviously India Pakistan हमेशा मतलब ऐसे लगता है कि every World Cup पे India Pakistan मैच तो होते ही रहता है. So once again, they are in our group. So what are your thoughts on Pakistan squad, and do you think that they will be a threat to watch out for in this World Cup?
Yesterday they played really well. Like they put up a good score against South Africa, but the South Africa chased it really well. I guess bowling is a bit of concern for Pakistan. Apart from Shaheen Afridi, I don't see any other bowler performing really well and being economical. So I guess the bowling will be worried because they don't have Mohammad Amir and even Wahab Riaz. They are two of the most experienced bowlers. That too, they have a variety of left-arm bowlers in their lineup since the start of cricket, and I can say that the bowlers of Pakistan, especially the left-handers, have dominated world cricket very much. It will be very much, I guess, a bit of sloppy and ups and downs for Pakistan to qualify because they have to face us, even New Zealand and even Afghanistan, and we might see that they might have to face Bangladesh as well because of the current result that Bangladesh won. So I feel that it's going to be a very much hard journey for Pakistan to qualify into the semi-finals.
Interesting. Yes, Kiran Bogle in the comments is mentioning it will be criminal and it will be a crime to underestimate the Pakistan team. So while we get the discussion forward about the Pakistan team, let us have the squad of the Pakistan team in this World Cup in front of us. So we'll know which are the players that are going to be featuring in the World Cup, and we can obviously see the squad right in front of us. So really a good squad, I must say, from the looks of it. I mean, most of the teams in the World Cup are good on paper, but there are two interesting additions to this World Cup squad, and the veterans Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik made a late return into the World Cup squad. So, Sachit, over to you. I mean, obviously, Omkar spoke about how difficult it would be for Pakistan to qualify for that matter, but if I ask you to just name one or two players from this squad who you feel will be a big threat for not just for India but all the teams who are playing in our group, so who would they be?
I think the moment you take Pakistan's name, the one person that comes to mind is Babar Azam. Obviously, he's one of the most. I think he's the most threatening batsman in Pakistan's lineup, and I feel that he always poses a threat to any team that he plays against. So obviously, Babar Azam would be the X factor for Pakistan. Even in the match against India, as well as all the other matches that Pakistan play. I think Babar Azam would play a crucial role in Pakistan's victory or their success. And the other player I would say is Hasan Ali, because although yes, Shaheen Afridi has been bowling brilliantly, and even in the last match, we saw that he did a brilliant job. I feel that Hasan Ali is an X factor. Hasan Ali is somebody that people are sleeping on right now because they don't, because he lost his form in between and he hasn't been bowling as well as he used to. Especially back in 2017 when he literally won them the Champions Trophy. So I think people have not understood the complete potential that Hasan Ali possesses, and I think that World T20 in the World T20, I feel that his potential and his game will come forward, and I think he will really be crucial for Pakistan's success as well.
Interesting. And there is an interesting comment that has been mentioned by Aditya. He said that Pakistan skill se nahi, mentally harega. So it's a very interesting one because we obviously know that India versus Pakistan is not just a battle on the field. It is also a battle in the minds of the players as well. And quite often we saw that even though Pakistan were a superior side at one point in history, I mean, when you talk about the 90s and the early 2000s, they were a better side than the Indian team. But somehow whenever the World Cup comes, they always manage to be on the losing side against Team India. So he's mentioning that they are not strong mentally, and I feel are the ones not able to hold their nerves in a game of such magnitude. Even they have the skill to trump us, they will fall in the mental game. So Himanshu, coming to you, I mean, obviously India Pakistan is regarded as one of the most important games for both the parties, not just India but also for Pakistan. I mean, it has been like भाई ये जो मौका मौका चल रहा है 1992 से, मतलब we haven't lost a single match to Pakistan. But when you think about it from their perspective also, it is a big game for them because if मतलब कभी ना कभी तो ये streak end होने ही वाला है. So what is that according to you is stopping them from excelling against India? I mean, there were even times कि मतलब इंडिया के सामने हार के they used to beat a prime Australian side in the World Cup. ऐसे बहुत बार हुआ था वैसे. So according to you, what is stopping Pakistan from being just a level ahead of what they show usually against India?
I guess it's the mental block. Aditya rightly pointed out that it's all about mental games. Skills they can match. Some teams have been weak recently, but earlier they had superior teams in some clashes. But there has been that mental block, and it's the thing that it's more pride to Indians, I guess, because वो जब तक फिर यहाँ से आता है ना वो अंदर से, that is something different when we play, when we are in a corner na, that our team just plays on a different beast level mode. So that has been the one thing, but it's now this time also one of the motivating factors should be for Pakistan that okay, you have lost around 10 to 11 matches considering all the World Cups. You did win against Champions Trophy, against India in Champions Trophy, that's a different thing, but World Cup is something of prestige, and this should be a motivating factor. But sometimes I wonder that they might be taking undue or extra pressure of that. Okay, we have lost 11 now, it will be one more. Our team is not that strong as India on paper as well. That plays somewhere in back of the mind, and their decision making then hampers on that.
And also, if you look at the hype created for this fixture, even from the players and the media's perspective, yes, दोनों साइड की मीडिया एकदम hype करती है, but अगर देखा जाए ना तो it's like if you ask an Indian player what it means to play an India Pakistan game, they will obviously say, you obviously heard lot of Indian players saying that we'll just treat it as another game. So even Virat Kohli said that, Rohit Sharma said that in 2019, they just treat India Pakistan as another game. It is a battle in the media. But if you ask the same to Pakistan players, and even Ramiz Raja mentioned it, that if they beat India in the World Cup, they will give the team a blank check. So it just shows that what it means for Pakistan to get that one over India in a World Cup game. So maybe that could be contributing towards that pressure factor, and maybe uske wajah se undue advantage hota hai. So obviously, Sanma is mentioning about the playing 11. So we'll get to that later. But I have one interesting question regarding Babar Azam for that matter. So Omkar, I'll ask this to you. So Ananya is mentioning that Babar's first ever ICC event as the captain, will that pressure get to him and his batting at some point, maybe in high pressure matches like us? So just a reminder that this is going to be the first time Babar Azam will be playing a T20 match against India as well. So he wasn't there in 2016. So Omkar, according to you, Babar Azam, the batsman, your thoughts on that, and do you see him being regarded as one of the greatest player currently that is playing around in all the formats?
यार जिम्बाब्वे के साथ खेलेंगे तो वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट कैसे हुआ? Yeah, I feel like he's one of their best players, like the most dependent player which Pakistan has. But the pressure as a captain will definitely be there because I guess in 2019 and the last previous ICC events जो भी थे, Pakistan have lost and they have not qualified into the top four as well. Like in 2016, apart from Champions Trophy in 2016 T20, they were out of the group stage. India and New Zealand qualified from the Super 10 group stage, and even in 2015 they lost a quarterfinal against Australia. So I feel like the pressure will be definitely on him because he's the only one who has been playing consistently for Pakistan. Apart from the other players, like there is Mohammad Rizwan, but the most consistent player for them is their captain Babar, and I feel like he will be under tremendous pressure that I have to score. This is my first event as a captain, as Ananya rightly mentioned, because sometimes what happens as a captain, you have to perform well, and that gets into your mind that I have to perform. That builds the pressure accordingly, and simultaneously it might affect such big games because their first two games, like the first match is against us and the second match is against New Zealand, two of the big teams they have to face. So pressure definitely will be there on his mind.
Yes, and before we move on to the predicted 11 for Pakistan, according to us, just an update that Bangladesh have officially qualified to the Super 12s after a thumping victory over Papua New Guinea, and that was a really a big win for them. I think they won by over 80 or 90 odd runs. I don't know the exact number, but they are officially going to be playing the Super 12s. In which group that will be decided after the game of Oman versus Scotland. So if Scotland wins, then Scotland have 100% qualified as the table toppers with 6 points. But if Oman wins, but then it all boils down to the net run rate, and we'll see what that happens. But realistically, dekha jaye to if Oman wins, then Bangladesh will end up as the table toppers because of their superior net run rate. So we'll see what happens. But moving back to Pakistan. So we discussed about their strengths and their weakness wherever it lies. So let us have the predicted 11 for Pakistan being displayed in front of us. So Sanmay made a point that Fakhar Zaman should be opening the innings and Babar Azam should be playing at number 3. So this is what we at Third Man Cricket Show feel the same. So obviously Shoaib Malik and Mohammad Hafiz much needed addition to their squad in the middle order. So I'll keep this question open even to people who are joining from the comments. Have a look at this predicted 11 and what do you make of this 11 and where do you see a potential weakness or a key strength that lies in this 11? Anyone can take this.
I honestly feel that Fakhar Zaman and Mohammad Rizwan opening is probably Pakistan's biggest strength at the moment because that saves Babar Azam for to express himself more freely because the top order might provide them enough runs in the power play. So Babar Azam would not come in with a lot of pressure, and I think it gets difficult for any batsman when you come in during the power play and don't have enough runs to work with. So I feel that these two opening and these two getting runs at the top of the order will, I think, ease the pressure on Babar Azam. And the strength that lies in Pakistan's order right now is the fact that they've added Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik right at the end because they really bring in a lot of experience coming into this tournament. Because I think the main I think the biggest point for Babar Azam would be that these two will ease the pressure on him because these two are ex-captains of Pakistan. They've already led this team on several occasions, so they can, I think, really ease the pressure on Babar Azam and make his job easier. And also the kind of experience that they carry, I think that plays a major role in any of these high stakes tournaments. So I feel that those two additions, I think Pakistan made a brilliant move there, and I think they've really got themselves a chance to qualify because of those two moves. Because despite, I mean, even if Mohammad Hafiz or Shoaib Malik don't get enough runs on the board, I still feel that the experience plays a major role because in crucial situations they are going to give you they are going to help you with decisions. Babar Azam hasn't captained before in ICC tournaments, if I'm not wrong, and this is I think this is the first time he's playing against India. So even if we're talking about the first game that Pakistan would be playing, and that of course Pakistan considers it to be a massive game because I don't think India considers it to be as big a game as Pakistan does. So I feel that in that kind of a match, I think you'll need that experience in crucial stages, and I think that Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik are going to provide Babar Azam that. So I think it's a great move, and I'm really glad that Pakistan made that because now it's going to be more competitive.
Yeah, exactly. And Akshat is saying that can they play Mohammad Sami instead of Hasan Ali? It's tough because Hasan Ali, as Sachit rightly mentioned earlier, that he's their X factor and maybe he should be play. He is going to play most of the games as well. And अरे क्या करें, मतलब अभी नाम ही वैसे है तो मतलब don't take any other meaning from that. Even Ankit is agreeing with your point that they also have good options in the spin department. So even if we don't see Hafiz and Malik scoring with the bat, they will obviously play a role with the ball as well. Not to forget they are good part-time bowlers as well. Before we move on to the Indians team, there is one interesting thought that has been put in by Warrior Sam. So obviously I also asked the same in my Instagram story the other day. So it's like most of the people feel that वर्ल्ड कप में कुछ हो या ना हो, बट पाकिस्तान के सामने मैच जीतना ही है. सो आई वांट टू कीप दिस डिबेट टॉपिक ओपन. आई जस्ट गिव यू टू सिनेरियोस. So I obviously had that on my Instagram stories as well. Do you guys think that beating Pakistan in a World Cup should be a benchmark for this Indian team, this record breaking, history making Indian team all the time? Or do you feel that we should not treat that, even if we somehow, like, fingers crossed it doesn't happen, but even if we went on to lose against Pakistan, our ultimate goal should be winning the trophy? So, what are your thoughts on this? Would you take losing against Pakistan but winning the World Cup over winning the against Pakistan but losing the World Cup? Anyone can take this.
So so properly it should be always to aim for the trophy, but the amount of bragging right it does give, sometimes you might want to bend on the side. Okay, if it doesn't matter if we don't win the World Cup, at least defeat Pakistan, because our track record in T20 World Cup has not been that great. Apart from 2007 World Cup, we have not won that, and still we are somehow on terms with that. I don't think Indian public and everyone will accept in the current scenario. "Oh, how can we lose to the Pakistan with such a superior squad?" So I guess defeating Pakistan is much more. And in the end, also World Cup winning is very important. I know, but defeating Pakistan is much more important, I believe.
Apurva in the comments is mentioning the third option. पाकिस्तान से भी जीतेंगे और वर्ल्ड कप भी जीतेंगे, like
I
2007.
agree
So
to that.
if
I agree to that.
That
if
that is the
that
best
happens, तो
case
सब लोग
scenario.
खुश. The best
Yes.
case scenario, yes. But yes, I think even I personally believe that no matter what happens, the benchmark should always be lifting the trophy at the end. But I do agree about the point. Matlab, my brother mentioned this earlier in the comment section or in to me as well. Matlab, even if we lose against Pakistan but go on to win the World Cup, वो जो gap रहेगा between the India Pakistan game till the final, वहाँ पे तो मीडिया मतलब पूरा इंडियन टीम के पीछे बहुत पागल जैसे पड़ेगी. सो मे बी दैट कुड बी on a negative side, but we'll wait and see what happens. Obviously we are here to pray for an Indian victory. So with that topic, let's move towards the Indian squad analysis for that matter. So abhi matlab, yes, we spoke about Pakistan, but now it is time for time for us to analyze the Indian squad. So let us kickstart the discussion. Omkar, obviously मतलब last जब से आईपीएल शुरू हुआ है, जब से वो वर्ल्ड कप का स्क्वाड अनाउंस हुआ था, वी every watch along we discussed about India and World Cup. अरे ये प्लेयर रहना चाहिए था, अरे ये प्लेयर नहीं रहना चाहिए था. What will happen? Will Yuzvendra Chahal make into the 11? Will Shardul Thakur play over Hardik Pandya? Will Hardik Pandya ball? So now is the time to discuss it again, because the final squad has obviously been released. We played 2 warm-up matches. We didn't see Hardik Pandya bowling. So your thoughts on the Indian squad and how confident are you in this World Cup?
See, I guess this is the best squad we have got, because we have got four quality spinners, like the experience of Jadeja and Ashwin, along with Varun Chakravarti and Rahul Chahar playing their first T20 World Cup, along with the four pacers that we have, Shardul Thakur. I'm sorry. Hardik Pandya not bowling is a bit of concern, but I guess so. If even if he bowls, he will not bowl all the 4 over quotas. He will not complete his full quota of overs. So I think that even if he bowls 1 or 2 overs will be enough for him, because all the rest 5 bowlers which you have, they are superior quality bowlers. And Ankit is here mentioning Kohli as a sixth bowler. Everyone would love to see that, but I think so. I think that it should not come like. If our bowlers are getting thrashed, then only the six bowling option comes into place. Otherwise, I don't see the six bowler option coming into the place, because see sometimes what happens, Shami goes for runs and you have to bring the six bowler, like we might bring. But talking about Hardik and replacing it with Shardul is a bit I guess imbalancing, because see Shardul can give you 4 overs, but the batting, the finishing which we want from Hardik, will Shardul be able to do that? It's a bit of question mark, because he has not played that much of role in T20 cricket, apart from CSK and in the Test cricket which we saw in the recent times. But I think so. Hardik Pandya, even if Hardik Pandya gives you 2-3 matches as a finishing role, it will be enough for the people to prove wrong that why I'm selected for this Indian team squad, and why I have been doing the finishing role for the years and more years to come.
Well, yes, just to answer to what Garvit said, why I'm the host, I'm not analyzing Team India, so that doesn't count as jinxing. So I thought of that very well, but but yeah, I'm not jinxing anyone. But yes, Sanmay, but yes, वो टॉपिक के बारे में और डिस्कस करेंगे मे बी ड्यूरिंग द इंडिया पाकिस्तान वॉच अलोंग आई मीन तब तक तो पता चल ही जाएगा कि कौन जीतने वाला है सो विल वेट एंड सी व्हाट हैपेंस बट बिफोर वी मूव ऑन further about discussing about India's squad, let us have the Indian squad right in front of us, and we'll see what is the final squad that we have placed for this World Cup. So Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma. I mean, look at that squad. It is such a star-studded lineup, and I mean, India in an ICC event, we obviously start off as the favorite, no matter what the condition is. But still, there are quite a lot of surprising picks and surprising exclusion from that squad. So obviously, with Shardul Thakur made way for Akshar Patel, and during the IPL, people even thought ki what wrong did Akshar Patel do? But obviously, you needed to have Shardul Thakur in the 11. So, Sachit, you have a look at the Indian squad, and so what do you think could go wrong? Like, we obviously like to speak about the positives when it comes to India, but let us now also focus on what could go wrong. I mean, though warm up matches ho gaye and it was pretty comfortable when it came to chasing the innings, but still there were quite a lot of loopholes when it comes to our bowling. So, what could possibly go wrong with this Indian squad during the main stages, and how could we rectify them in the group stages?
I think the only thing that could go wrong is 40 minutes of bad cricket.
15 minutes, it's a T20 game, तो 15 मिनट बोल सकते हैं.
But yeah, I mean that I think is the only thing that can go wrong right now, because it all depends on luck. This is one of the strongest teams that is in this tournament, and it's in it to win it. You know, this kind of a team you take to any tournament, it is 100% the absolute favorite. You know, so for them to lose, the only thing that has to happen is their luck plays a role here, because we know that India does kind of choke under in crucial matches. You know, we've seen that happen over and over again. You know, we've been deprived of several trophies since 2013 because of this exact same thing. So I feel that it's kind of difficult for India to get past that stage. But if they do get past that particular stage, I think India is the total favorites, because I think this is one of the strongest sides that they've taken to this tournament, and I don't think anything can go wrong at this stage, even though, yes, there are several questions about Hardik Pandya being able to bowl, but I don't think we're going to need him to bowl at this stage because of the kind of bowlers that we've taken. You know, Ashwin and Jadeja can just handle the entire spin department, and the pace bowlers obviously are getting their entire share of overs. So I don't really think that we need Hardik Pandya at this moment as a bowler. The only thing we need him to do is provide us the impetus with the bat. You know, he needs to give us at least 20 runs down the order, so that we can actually depend on him and actually increase our chances of winning any game for that matter. So I feel that Hardik Pandya currently, his role is entirely as a batsman, and I hope he delivers over there. His form is a bit of a concern, but we've seen him. He's done well in the warm-up matches, and I really hope that he continues to do that, because yes, his role is important as a batsman. But apart from that, I don't think there's anything that can go wrong at this side. This is one of the strongest sides ever, and honestly, if anything is going wrong, they can immediately bring in their replacements, and their replacements are also just as strong as their main 11. So I think India's chances are undeniable at this moment. Just that choking in crucial matches is the only concern for India. Apart from that, there's nothing.
Yeah, maybe that could be the mental block from India's point of view. We spoke about Pakistan's mental block being against India. So maybe India's mental block could be playing that semi-final. So hopefully it's not against West Indies if we make it. I mean, I have bad memories from that semi-final. But yes, lots of comments about the predicted 11 and who should bat at number 3, number 4. Yes, that is going to be a topic to discuss upon. I mean, we could obviously spend 30 minutes discussing about the batting position and kaun se bowler khelenge. So we'll get to that slowly. Dheeraj Rakho. But there is one question from Warrior Sam here. So he's asking, does India have the strongest top three in the tournament? So Himanshu, I would like you to answer this. So obviously Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, and KL Rahul, and even in the bench strength, if you count, Ishan Kishan is also there. So even our bench strength, as Sachit rightly said, is equally stronger, and we could easily field two teams in this World Cup, and they would also be competitive enough to qualify for the semi final as well. So Himanshu, according to you, do you agree with what Warrior Sam had to say here? Strongest top three?
Yes, yes, it is by far the strongest. Rohit and Virat are two of the best batsmen in the format, and KL Rahul tremendous form in last 2 years is just magnificent. And in warm-up games also, they have shown that yes, this is the best top three because KL has just destroyed the opposition. Even in yesterday's match, Rohit Sharma looked good. Virat didn't bat yesterday on that batting pitch. I did find Virat a bit struggling, but it's okay. He's a great batsman. Of course, one off match has happens, he'll get back. It's no big deal. So it's one of the best top three. Not one of the best, the best top three in the tournament.
The best. Okay, now that's a very bold call, but yes, I mean most of them, most of us would agree with you because very few teams have the quality in on their bench as well as in the playing 11 to match India's top three. So when one interesting, there were lots of questions even in the earlier in the while we were discussing about Pakistan. So there were questions about whether we should bat first or ball first against Pakistan because though warm up matches खेले दोनों उसमें we decided to chase. So what will happen if we bat first against Pakistan? So Ankit is saying that India should look for chasing throughout the tournament. Looking at the last three T20 World Cup, India while chasing has won most of the matches. But the worst part is that टॉस अपने हाथ में नहीं रहता. So even if we play all the 5 matches chasing, but semi-final आए और टॉस हार गए so that is the thing. Matlab, you should be prepared to do both the things. So I'll open this debate once again. Omkar, coming to you, batting first or bowling first? How do you think that India should perceive? I mean, there was one stat that India since 2016 batting first we have won 59% of the matches. So फिर भी record अच्छा है, but still some people think that batting first is our weakness as it comes to our chasing. So, what are your thoughts on India batting first, and who do you think will be the player to watch out for if we bat first against Pakistan?
See, if that, as you rightly said, the toss is not in our hands. We might get to bat first as well, or we might get to bowl first as well if they win the toss. But I think so that even if we bat first, we have all the bases covered, like the top three: Surya Kumar at four, Rishabh Pant at five, then Hardik, Jadeja. We have all the bases covered, and if we put up a target around, see, at Dubai we are playing the first match. Most of the matches we are playing there only. So even if we put up a target of around 180 to 185, we have all the bases covered in a bowling as well to defend it because we have Bumrah, Shami, Bhuvneshwar, the top three bowlers in the current Indian team squad. We have Varun Chakravarti, Ravi Ashwin, even Jadeja. I guess out of Ashwin or Chakravarti, anyone might play with Jadeja as the second spinner. So we have that bowling as well. And if Hardik bowls 1 or 2 overs, I'm very much optimistic on his bowling that he'll start bowling because he even in Mumbai Indians camp they were saying that he'll start bowling soon and might be they are saving him for some crucial current situation like even if he bowls 1 or 2 overs that will be enough. But what happens, one of main mysterious thing is that Pakistan has never played Varun Chakravarti, and they have played Jasprit Bumrah only once. That was in 2019 World Cup. पर उसको 2 साल हो गया और वरुण चक्रवर्ती को अभी खेले ही नहीं है. In 2018 Asia Cup, where we played them twice, they had Shami and Bhuvi facing them. So they have Bumrah and Chakravarti who have they are not played much. And I feel like Chakravarti and Bumrah will be the match turners because see, the most experienced players like the Australian or England are facing issues playing Chakravarti, and these players have not faced him. So it will be very much crucial for us to play Chakravarti in this situation because the way he bowls, his maximum economy was, I guess, in the last match of the final, that was around 9. Otherwise he has given runs less than 6.
Yes, yes, interesting. And Ankit has mentioned a very interesting point that we may see Hardik batting at number 4 if India lose 2 wickets after 12 or 13 overs, just like India did in 2019. So, matlab, while growing up, we rarely used to see India experimenting and being flexible in their batting order, especially when it comes to our top three. But this time around, for the first time, I don't want to jinx anything or be overconfident, but for the first time in the T20 format, the Indian batting lineup does not revolve around the form of Virat Kohli, because Virat Kohli easily one of the best player that India has had in this T20 format. His record is staggering. But if you look at this squad, even if Virat Kohli doesn't bat, we still have a formidable squad to put on a good total. So, Sachit, coming to you, do you see India being flexible with their batting order? So let's just assume that KL and Rohit gives us yet another good start, playing for 12 or 13 overs. And there may be even a possibility that we may not see Virat Kohli batting at all in the top three if it's after 12 or 13 overs. We may see pinch hitters like Shardul Thakur, Jadeja, or even Hardik Pandya for that matter coming ahead of them. So, what are your thoughts on Team India being flexible in their batting order?
I think they've certainly tried to do that. If Rohit and KL do give them a brilliant start and they get to about 110, 120 by the end of 12 overs, then maybe we won't see Virat Kohli come in. We might see somebody like Rishabh Pant or Hardik Pandya come in, because to maintain that momentum, I feel that yes, that would be a brilliant idea, honestly, because that would take the score to almost 200 if these two get going. You know, if either Pant or Hardik Pandya get going, then obviously that score is going to go really high. But I think that's just going to be one batsman that comes in at that particular stage, because you'll need somebody on the other end to support them. So I feel that Virat Kohli might push himself down the order, but not too much. Maybe just one spot to just maintain that momentum. And if it doesn't happen, then you'll need somebody with the experience of Virat Kohli to come in and stabilize the innings if another wicket falls. I mean, in quick succession. So obviously, I think that it's just going to be one position that Virat might shift, and then he might come out to bat. So I feel that yes, flexibility is a massive advantage for India now, because of the fact that almost everybody can bat at any situation. The entire middle order has experience of batting at any position. Hardik Pandya also has experience of batting at 4. Rishabh Pant has batted for DC at 4. Surya Kumar Yadav can honestly open or go 3, 4, 5. Almost every batsman in the lineup have that kind of have that experience of batting at any position, and also have the capability. So I feel that that is something that India is going to exploit to their full potential in this tournament. And depending on the situations, they will be very flexible, and that will definitely work in India's advantage.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we should be flexible if we want to be different in this format. I mean, obviously, we saw Team India playing a pretty outdated brand of cricket in recent times when it comes to T20 cricket. So having a flexibility in a batting order would certainly benefit us. Ankit is mentioning performance of Indian bowlers will be deciding factor for India in terms of results. So वो एक tweet याद आता है डेल स्टेन ने किया था कि batsman woos the crowd and ballers win you games. I'll just alter it. I'll say that batsmen may win you the games, but ballers win you trophies. So I agree with that. I mean, ballers for India to have a chance in this T20 World Cup, I think our ballers need to be at their top best. So we'll be slowly getting towards the predicted 11, because वहाँ पे बहुत discussion होने वाला है. I'm sure that all 4 of us on the panel will not be agreeing to a single predicted 11. We may have one or two names that is different for us. So Cricket Datashan is saying Shardul, if Shardul performs good with the ball, then 6 bowling option will turn out to be a magical recipe for India winning. I do agree. I want to see Shardul Thakur in the playing 11, but at the expense of who? वही तो समझ नहीं आ रहा है. Like, you can't drop Hardik Pandya, man. मतलब, yes, I have been vocal about India should drop Hardik if he doesn't bowl, but seeing the warm-up matches and how India is looking at Hardik Pandya as the finisher, I don't see that happening. So it's either Bhuvi or Shardul. We'll be getting to the predicted 11 in after this question. So I would just like to ask Himanshu this question. I mean, KL, Rohit, yes, great players, but how can you keep Ishan Kishan out of the squad, man? Matlab, look at the form he's currently in. He even played that England series earlier and scored a 50 on his debut. And what an amazing performance he's had, even for Mumbai Indians when he opened the innings in that last match against Sunrisers Hyderabad, scored 80 off 30 or 40 balls, and he was phenomenal with the bat. So Himanshu, I would just like to ask you this question. I know it's going to be a tough one, but do you see Ishan Kishan playing at least once, or maybe given a better role in this lineup? Because I feel personally कि he's going to be wasted if he comes down in the middle order. His best place lies in the opening spot. But drop किसको करे? किसी को तो कर नहीं सकते. So how do you, if you are the coach, if you are the team management, how would you deal with this Ishan Kishan situation?
So I have Ishan Kishan in my starting lineup. That's one thing. But it's very tough, man. This is a huge dilemma to everyone. Means not just us, even to the captain, even to the mentor, even to Ravi Shastri, anyone. It's bloody damn tough thing. But I am personally dropping Hardik Pandya and keeping Ishan Kishan.
So
Yes,
you want
I am
Ishan in
going.
the
Yeah,
middle
I
order.
am going with five bowlers and keeping Ishan Kishan instead of Hardik Pandya because Hardik has not fired with the bat. If he's not bowling, then what's the use? Only if fielding, then there are substitute fielders that you can use. I am very critical of Hardik Pandya. I like him as a player, but he has been on a ego boost for 2 years now. You need
Interesting.
to
So
him back to the human level. Man, listen, work on it, come back stronger. That's what I have been of opinion for last 2 months now. So I want Hardik to be dropped and I will be playing Kishan. And Kishan's then it again comes on what position Kishan is best suited at. He has performed wonderful as an opener, but our openers are superb. And at number three, Virat is there. But if you want to tinker, then Ishan Kishan can come at three and Virat at four. So that's what I think. Otherwise, Kishan was at my number four in regular circumstances.
interesting. And with that response, I would just like to open up the panel because we'll be discussing about the playing 11 for Team India. So we have about 20 minutes left on the show. So 20 minutes tak we'll keep on debating about each and every player. So everyone in the comment section, you also give out your thoughts on what do you feel could be the changes that will be there from the predicted 11 of Third Man Cricket Show. So we'll be displaying it to you in front of. So yes, it is right in front of your screen. So this is what we feel is the most likely playing 11 that Team India will be playing with for against Pakistan for that matter. So yes, I know that there are lots of names that are missing from this 11. Himanshu का तो मतलब समझ ही गया था. He wants Ishan Kishan in place of Hardik Pandya. So I just open up this panel up. So anyone can pitch in. Just name your changes and why do you feel that player deserves to be played or dropped.
Well, I can't be making
So
any changes when I was the one that typed this.
Well, that's justified. That's justified then.
But yeah, I
Omkar,
think this is what they're gonna go with. I mean, this shows a lot of balance, and I feel that they're gonna back Hardik Pandya as the finisher because Ishan Kishan, although he's a brilliant batsman, hasn't had much experience as a finisher. He's been more of an opening batsman or a number three batsman who plays from about the 12th or 13th over and takes the innings till the end. He's one of those batsmen that can play a long innings, but I don't think he's gonna come in and give the short outbursts and get India those 20, 30 crucial runs at the end. So I think that they're gonna back Hardik Pandya as the finisher, and I think he's gonna do his job pretty well because I think that in this situation, in such a crucial situation, I feel that Hardik Pandya has had a lot of experience. He's done it in the past, and I feel that he's gonna do that again, especially with the mentorship of MS Dhoni. Honestly, Hardik Pandya based his game a lot on MS Dhoni. We've seen that in the past that he's taken a lot of guidance from the man himself, and I honestly feel that MS Dhoni coming into this team as a mentor would probably help a lot of players, and Hardik Pandya is definitely one of them. So I feel that this team is probably the one they're going to go with, and they're going to back all these players to perform against Pakistan as well as the other teams because I don't think India is going to make many changes coming into this tournament. They need to stick with the core to be successful in the tournament.
yeah, and very interesting suggestions that are being displayed in the comment section. Garvit is saying that he wants to see Thakur in place of Bhuvi and Varun Chakravarti for Shami. So that is also a pretty bold call. So we'll address them one by one. So starting with Akshat's question. So he obviously had this question being posted even in the earlier part of the show as well. So Omkar, I would like you to take this, being a hardcore Mumbai Indians fan, and you could obviously see two of your Mumbai Indians players in this list. So Sky at number 3, Kohli at number 4, Hardik at number 5. So, what do you make of this thing? And do you feel that Virat Kohli will be best used at number four more than number three? Because I feel that personally, I feel that Virat Kohli will struggle if he starts off against spin. So he will do much better when the fast bowlers are around. Because Kohli against off spin mainly, I think it had a pretty okayish record in recent times. So I would definitely want to see Kohli bat in the top three. Opening or number three, it depends on the team's complexion. But according to you, what do you make of this suggestion?
See, I guess he has been playing his best cricket at number three, and he yesterday also. I guess the day before yesterday, the match against England, he said that I'll be batting at three, and KL and Rohit will be our openers. So I think so that according to situation, he might change his position, give Sky a bat at number three. But I don't think so. Apart from any other situation, he'll just give Sky number three, because what happens, if he's playing at number three, sometimes what happens if he struggles at number four, people will again start doubting him. Why did you send Sky at number three? Why didn't you come out at number three, which is your ideal position to bat on? This might happen. So I think so. Virat at number three will be best, and Sky at number four, because वो number four का जो प्रॉब्लम था हमारा, it's been कमिंग सूर्य कुमार के आने से थोड़ा सॉल्व हो गया है. सो आई थिंक सो सूर्य कुमार एट नंबर 4 विल बी very much best, and I guess Rishabh Pant should bat at number 5, because if we see that Rohit Sharma, KL, Virat and Sky, all the four are right-handed batters, and Hardik, if Hardik is coming at number 5, he's also right-handed batter. So I think so for this we should fix number 5 as Rishabh Pant, because he's a left-handed batter, and we might also the traditional thinking that the lefty-righty combination always gives you a good balance. So I think so at number 5, Rishabh Pant should be there, and if the situation demands, we might see Jadeja at number 6 as well to balance the thing. So I think so that Jadeja at number 6 will be also a good position for him to bat on. I guess Ankit should be thankful to me for talking about Jadeja. So because what happens, most of the players in the Indian batting lineup are right-handed batters, and we have very much less left-handed batters. Like in one panel, I saw someone was mentioning about Shikhar Dhawan, but Shikhar Dhawan ka form utna acha nahi hai, and the strike rate has also been that issue. So that's why we brought in Nishan Kishan, and I feel like these two batters like Jadeja and Punch should bat at number 5 and number 6 to balance the things off.
It's interesting thought there. Even I agree with Pant at number 5. I think he should be best utilized if he's batting in the top half of the batting order. But another question from Aman Agarwal and even Saurabh Desai and even Apurva is mentioning about Shardul Thakur, and Aman is saying that Bhuvi or Shardul will be the most critical pick for the selectors, because I believe we can't have both of them together in the playing 11. So Sachit, I would like you to answer this. So do you see Bhuvaneshwar Kumar and Shardul Thakur both in the 11, or do you agree with Aman that either one of them will be playing? And given the way how Bhuvi bowled in the death against Australia in the warm up, he starts off as the favourites over Shardul against Pakistan. So, what's your take on this?
I totally agree with Aman. I think that Bhuvi and Shardul Thakur, I don't think they'll be playing together unless Hardik Pandya doesn't contribute at all with the bat. So we will probably see them together in the later stages of the tournament, maybe at the end when India would be playing associates. The team that qualifies now from the group stage from the knockout stages. I think that's when we'll probably see Bhuvi and Shardul playing together if Hardik doesn't contribute. That is. So I think in a perfect scenario, I don't think Shardul Thakur and Bhuvi would be playing together. India would definitely go with Bhuvneshwar Kumar because of the experience that he carries and also the way that he's bowled in the death. And I really feel that he hasn't lost his form completely. Yes, he's not able to find it yet, but with the guidance and with the support that the entire Indian team brings, I think backing Bhuvneshwar was the perfect decision, and he's definitely going to be performing sooner or later for India. So I feel that they need to keep backing him. And yes, Shardul Thakur, it's unfortunate for Shardul Thakur because he's really done a brilliant job so far for India in almost every format. But yes, I don't think that Shardul Thakur at this, given the experience that this current Indian team carries, makes it into the 11. So it's sad for him, but yeah, I think you have to live with certain truths which can't be changed. So yes, I think India would definitely be going with Bhuvneshwar for the moment.
Yeah, it's sad. मतलब इतना talent है इंडिया में, but still there will be one or two players who will be missing out on their prime, and that is the beauty of this competition. So let's just run through the comment section one by one. There are lots already. So Saurabh is mentioning that we need to start grooming Shardul. Give him 2 years so we are not caught napping in 2023 again. How many World Cups are we going to wait for Hardik to ball? So it's a very interesting thought. So we'll wait and see what happens. I mean, you can't obviously rule out Hardik Pandya abhi se hi. Matlab, who knows? He may start bowling regularly from the first match itself from Sunday onwards. So tabhi we might have a different conversation. But yes, currently it's looking really bleak for Hardik Pandya, the all-rounder. Why is no one talking about सर जडेजा? अभी ओंकार सर ने जडेजा पे थोड़ी उनकी टिप्पणी दे दी थी, but yes, he's going to play a massive role, and if Hardik indeed is not playing, then we may see Jadeja being the finisher for Team India. He's obviously the finisher even now. I mean, both Hardik and Jadeja are the two finishers for Team India. Apurva is saying that Shardul in place of Shami. Okay, that is a bold call because फिर death bowling कौन करेगा? Anyone wants to address this? So like anyone wants
Uh, that will be a bit very bold. Means that you means you are going all out aggressive. That I mean, Shami is, even though he concedes a few runs, he picks up the wickets. So he can bowl with the new ball. He can bowl in the middle overs, and he can obviously bowl at death as well. So Shardul in place of Shami, I don't think that's going to work.
He
I
just said
agree.
Shami gives away runs but takes wickets. I think that's the same case with Shardul Thakur. What matters, what the decisive move here is that Shami gets wickets in the power play and he gets
Yeah.
the crucial wickets right at the beginning. So that's where most teams have their best batsmen.
Yes.
Shardul Thakur can come in the death and get a lot of wickets, but Shami gives you wickets in the power play and gets the main batsman out. So that's where he gets picked ahead of Shardul Thakur.
Yes.
Yeah, Aman is mentioning that he definitely wants to see Shardul Thakur come in, as he not only gets the crucial wicket, but also gives handy runs with the bat. But at the same time, he doesn't want Bhuvi to be not a part of the playing 11. So that is the dilemma we all are in. Matlab, it's so sad. Matlab, you are going to be missing at least one aspect from this team. So we hope that it's not a problem of plenty that the team management would be having, because जैसे बहुत बार हुआ है, we had lots on our plate and we don't even know what to eat first. So ऐसे ना हो, because it's a very short and very fast paced tournament, so anything can happen on any day. So we need to be bang on with our selection. So I hope the team management makes the right call when it comes to our first match against Pakistan. So it would be interesting who do they go in with, but currently Bhuvi is favorites over Shardul. Sama is mentioning, I don't know how, but Shardul might fit somehow in the playing 11, replacing someone. But Hardik will play mostly for sure. किसके जगह खेलेंगे? मतलब we might, मतलब are you suggesting we might go in with a batsman less? That could be a bold call. मतलब
Honestly,
bold.
as Indian fans, we'd be dying to watch all 15 play together. Like there is no
Yeah, exactly.
That is why warm up is the
forgetting
best.
formats. Let's just watch all
Yes.
15 play together.
वार्म अप इज द बेस्ट. 15 के लोग 15 खेल सकते हैं आराम से, किसको भी
Everyone
करना है
plays.
ना बैट.
कोई भी फील्डिंग करो,
That is the
कोई भी
best.
बैटिंग करो, मजा आता है.
That's
Exactly, yes.
should we change that format now to that format?
If anyone from ICC is watching this video, this is our plea. 15 लोगों को खिला
Yes.
दो, मतलब क्या क्या फर्क पड़ने वाला है.
If anyone is not
Some
watching, I
teams
hope
will
that
surely
this
disagree
reaches to ICC.
Yes, that
because
post this. Yeah,
so go
Iman.
on, go on, go on.
No, I was saying कि मतलब इसका मतलब स्क्रीनशॉट या स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग करो, ट्विटर पे डालो, आईसीसी को टैग करो, फिर शायद
Yeah.
इंडिया को फायदा हो जाए. We may go past semi-finals for at least once in our life. I mean, that would be good.
Yeah. Some
But
teams
yes.
surely will disagree to this because they have hard time filling their playing 11. Playing 15 is then another headache for them. As
I think Australia just entered the chat. It'll be like Dan Christian को कहाँ से खिलाए?
Dan Christian, मतलब उसका तो बात ही अलग है. I don't want to upset any RCB fan who's watching, but yeah. Let's take this question from Akshat. Will Kohli play all league games or will India rest him for one game? I think he will be rested for 2 games.
Bold,
I don't see
I
Kohli
don't see
bold
rested.
that
call,
happening.
bold call.
Yeah.
But I
I think so.
personally
The
don't see
match
that
against
happening.
Associates will be a bit like we might see Ishan Kishan coming in place of one opener, or maybe Kohli might be rested for one game. Two games will be too much. एक game ठीक है if we qualify like almost our group is sorted, so we might see the changes in the fourth game or the fifth game which we play against the qualifying teams. It might be Scotland or Bangladesh, any one of them.
I
Yeah.
think Abdullah
Maybe,
Ahmed
maybe.
just commented. Abdullah Ahmed just commented saying he missed Pakistan. I think we can
Oh.
open the debate back up for him. He feels really sad about that.
All right. So just for Abdullah bhai. So he's very, मतलब अभी recently he started following us, and with the help of Garvit he found this channel. So Abdullah, you can ask away Pakistan related question, and we'll be happily answering you. So don't worry about that. It's okay. You can ask away. मतलब there is no structured format. We are taking all the questions that are coming. So feel free to ask anything about Pakistan cricket, and our friends on the panel will obviously be glad to answer them. So yes, looking forward to your question. Aman is saying we will not agree Ishan being dropped for Pandya. So I think it's related to what
I agree.
Himanshu said.
I very much agree. Aman and I have been on same thought since start of this show. I have
No,
almost
he's
agreed
not
to all.
agreeing. He's
We
not. Oh, okay. I read it
double
differently.
negation.
Yeah, double negation. Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
I have.
Complications of the English language.
Yeah. अ- अमन, if you're watching, हिमांशु को friend request भेज दे अभी मतलब. Shami, Bumrah, Bhuvi, except Shardul, do you think someone else can be replaced by any one bowler in the later matches of the T20 World Cup? If one or two from the three gets injured, मतलब ये
अरे
injury तो
मत बोलो
होने
यार
वाला है,
ऐसा,
we know
मत
it.
बोलो यार ऐसा, प्लीज.
No, no,
But just
Don't comment like
hypothetically,
this. Yeah, don't comment like
hypothetically,
this. नहीं नहीं सोचना
अगर
ही नहीं
हुआ,
है,
Because
hypothetically भी नहीं सोचना.
hypothetically also not. Even
because Bhuvi is
anything
so
such
prone to
thing
injury,
happens,
hypothetical वो situation आ सकता है. I think that's like
exactly, I was just mentioning,
pretty
yeah, I
probable.
was just gonna say that.
then we have Deepak Chahar waiting.
Deepak
Almost
Chahar,
same mental
yeah,
bowler.
yeah, but he didn't
He
have a good
is
time, I
like
can see.
Bhuvneshwar Kumar's first copy, Deepak Chahar.
But death में bowling नहीं डालता ना. Deepak Chahar
हाँ,
cannot
that
do
is.
anything.
Yeah, that's the only. That's why I said first copy. You have to edit, come up, fit out.
all the three names that are mentioned in this are our death bowlers. So इसमें से कोई भी injured हो गया तो लग गए. So we'll
Tough.
see Virat Kohli rolling his arm once again.
Right, I'm quick.
Right arm quick. Gentle request. I hope no balls are not balled. No balls have costed India in big matches. अरे भाई याद क्यों
Yes.
दिला रहा है मतलब. I hope
हो गया
मतलब
उसका.
सेमीफाइनल्स में मत डालो बस, बाकी कुछ भी मत.
Finals
फाइनल
में
में
भी मत
चलेगा
डालो,
मत
क्या
डालो.
फाइनल
बात
से
है.
डाल देंगे यार.
फाइनल
26
पहुंच.
चैंपियंस का याद नहीं है क्या?
ब्रो मतलब मैं इंडिया को फाइनल खेलते हुए अभी तक देखा नहीं हूँ वर्ल्ड कप में. कितना 2011 में लास्ट खेले थे, नहीं 2014 में लास्ट खेले थे. कितना साल
Yes.
हो गया. सो आई फॉरगॉट व्हाट प्लेइंग इन अ वर्ल्ड कप फाइनल
17 में
फील्स लाइक.
17 में तो खेला था चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी.
2017
चैंपियंस
अरे
चैंपियंस
यार
ट्रॉफी,
वो
ट्रॉफी.
मत याद दिलाओ.
दैट्स अ चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी ब्रो,
उसमें भी
एंड
नो
आई एम
बॉल था
श्योर
बट.
दैट. Yeah. Except Abdullah, our friend, no one is going to be want to remember that final. But yeah, I hope that doesn't happen again on Sunday. But yes, group stages we perform like kings. Knockouts we get into a pale shadow of ourselves. So मतलब क्या हो
Agree.
क्या जाता है knockouts में? क्या हो जाता है?
That's
Anyone
the
wants
one
to
thing.
answer
No,
this?
we destroy everyone. So every team has one loss in the system. We decide the wrong day to show that. That's the only thing. Because we destroy everyone till then, and then one loss comes, and we decide that okay, semi-final, let's get the loss out of the system. That's it.
I think one biggest suggestion I would make to every Indian player is that do not sledge any player in the semi-finals. Trust
हाँ.
me, we don't want another Lendl Simmons.
अरे
Oh
रे,
Oh
yes.
yes.
वो तो बंदा आ ही गया था. मतलब he didn't play the entire group stage. फ्लाइट से आया, मुंबई में आया और वानखेड़े में जिता दिया मैच. मतलब what a story
Let
that
मत
was.
करो यार किसी को.
Yeah.
सेमीफाइनल तक जितना करना है करो. सेमीफाइनल के बाद nothing. No sledging, please.
Abhinav is saying World Cup में no one's getting rested. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
No one, मतलब hardly, अगर
And no one
गलती
should
से
be.
मतलब हो सकता है अगर 4-5 मैचेस जीत गए एंड देयर इज अ प्ले ऑफ सेमीफाइनल assured 100%, तो we may see that happening. But
Yeah.
with India it's never too easy. So let's see क्या होता है. Agree, Ankit, cannot forget those no balls to London Simmons in that T20 World Cup. At the end, he was the one who took away the game from India. I mean, जाने दे, मैंने वो मैच स्टैंड से देखा था. I don't want to
Oh,
remember that as well.
Oh.
I don't want to remember that, मतलब.
Okay, just don't give credit to Lendl Simmons. Andre Russell also played well.
Yeah, उसने तो finish किया था मतलब.
Yes.
I had to go get vaccinated. If I hadn't gone, I would have missed my second. It's okay, bro. मतलब you can obviously tune in. मतलब this is like a live stream, but you can start watching from the start as well. And do join us for India Pakistan. Watch along as well. We'll happily hear from you, hearing your thoughts, and if possible, panel भी join कर लो. You're more than welcome for that. We, Aman is saying we are keeping Chakravarti a surprise card for other teams. Not so satisfied with this strategy as Chakravarti has not been impressive as he was in IPL 2020. You agree with this? Not
no, no,
impressive?
no, no, not at all.
No.
यार चक्रवर्ती का जो परफॉर्मेंस रहा है आईपीएल 2020 और 2021 में काफी इंप्रेसिव रहा है. लाइक इन आई
Yes.
गेस इन 2019 ही वाज बॉट बाय पंजाब किंग्स एंड दे गेव हिम जस्ट वन ओवर. लाइक उसका डेब्यू था, ही गॉट स्मैश्ड फॉर 25. ओके फाइन, डेब्यू में कभी कभी हो जाता है. लाइक डेब्यू अच्छा आता है, बाद में करियर का कुछ थोड़ा ये होता है. कभी कभी डेब्यू अच्छा नहीं जाता है, लेकिन करियर इज एन माइलस्टोन जर्नी. It happens, and then they in 2019 just that after that one over they rested him. Like उसको match ही नहीं किया. And KKR utilized him so well. The potential which he's shown in the TNPL from the last 2-3 seasons, and even in IPL from 2020, I feel like he's going to be a surprise card. But I think so to use him, he should play the first match because Babar has not played him. Babar is going to play his first T20, and even Rizwan. तो ऐसे प्लेयर्स को हमें आई गेस चैलेंज करना चाहिए. या दिस इज अ बेस्ट बॉलर, वी कैन गेट हिम on to this. Even I guess Indian fans will agree to it. Oh no, I guess Sanchit will be in tears right now. We can see that.
क्यों
I have
क्यों
one
याद
son.
दिलाया?
Just don't go to Wankhede now. That's it.
I even saw the last match that was played in Wankhede. मतलब ऑस्ट्रेलिया ने 10 विकेट से मैच जिताया था अभी जनवरी लास्ट ईयर, if you remember. 250 को चेज
Sanchit, I
किया. I
guess you
saw
should
that
start
match.
going to Jaipur instead of
वानखेड़े
Wankhede.
कभी मत जाओ, हर बार हार ही रहे इंडिया.
On that note, we are trying to go for Wankhede during the India New Zealand test match.
Yes.
Test match में मेरा record अच्छा है, 100% record है. So I'll go there.
चलेगा.
वैसे Abhinav has just commented that Chakravarti ka issue is fitness. His fitness is a mystery. I completely agree with that. I think his fitness is more of a mystery than his bowling.
Yeah,
No, I have one bigger mystery. When will Hardik Pandya bowl?
वो तो अलग ही mystery.
That mystery
How
has been
much-
going on for 2 years now.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. So हम लोग ने राहुल चावर की तो बात ही नहीं की. मतलब he's our spinner. मतलब whether you like it or not, yes, we talk about Chahal missing out, but अभी क्या कर सकते? Squad is announced. You can't dwell on the past, so we have to back our spinners who have been
Yes.
selected. So how much do you see Rahul Char coming in and giving his contribution in the bowling? So he did have a good game against Australia, I think. So anyone wants to take this Rahul Char ka contribution?
I don't see him coming into this play. I'm gonna make a bold
Yeah,
move and
I
I don't think
I
he's
agree with
making it.
Sachit. I think Chakravarti will start, and to as his fitness is a mystery, Chahar will come in to give him a rest when we have qualified.
Yeah,
I
that is
just
going.
I don't even see a situation where Chahar will make it into the side because Ashwin and Jadeja are already going to
Yeah,
Yes,
start
exactly.
for
that's
India, and it's
also one thing. Yeah.
pretty much confirmed that Ashwin and Jadeja are going to be starting for India in the first few games. And if Ashwin or Jadeja doesn't do well, don't do well. I mean, I don't think that's much of a case for India because honestly, these two have been in brilliant form and they've really performed well for India. But in case somebody doesn't perform, I feel that Varun Chakravarti will be India's first option. And I think at least two of those three bowlers will definitely perform. We're not sure who will be the one that will stand out, but two of those three will 100% perform. So I don't see Rahul Chahar coming into the side at all. No matter how much, no matter how well he's bowled so far, and no matter what he's done for the country or his bowling, I don't feel he's coming into the side at all. So I think that's exactly why we haven't discussed much about him entire stream.
Yes. Completely
Yeah,
Well,
agree.
so
Ronak is going a bit hilarious with his comments. Bahubali ko Kattappa ne ki mara is easily defeated with Hardik Pandya. When will Hardik Pandya start bowling?
yeah. Just a reminder, we just have around 5 minutes left, so we'll take your questions quickly. जितने भी दिख रहे, there are lots of questions coming in.
Is there Ronak
very
वाले का? वैसे रौनक का बाहुबली का आंसर 2 साल में मिल गया था, हार्दिक पांड्या का 3 साल हो गया, अभी कुछ नहीं मिला.
अभी तक
कुछ
नहीं
नहीं
मिला.
मिलता. Nice. Exactly. Yes, Aman is appreciating us. Thanks to Third Man Cricket for organizing such kind of interactive session where the fans too get a chance to put. अरे भाई मतलब दिल जीत लिया है मतलब. Yes, I can vouch for it. Aman is a bright kid. He's just so young, but he does so well when in front of camera. So he's like a junior super royal. If anyone would have seen
Wow.
the recent stories, so really, man, Aman, you have a good future. Hopefully, we see you on Third Man Cricket Show at least once during the watch along. We'll gladly have you on board for that as well. So let's take some of the last questions. Warrior Sam, is India going to miss an experienced spinner like UZ Chahal? मतलब ये question तो बहुत बार ऐसे answer कर लिया, but I think it's safe for me to say that we should now move on. मतलब we
Yeah.
can't go back. Final squad has been announced. We tried. Unfortunately, it wasn't to be. So we have to back the 15-player squad that has been picked. So
Exactly.
if you ask about missing, well, you are just preparing yourself for the worst. Ki, "Arey, ye hoga." So instead of just being too negative before the start of the tournament, why not just think of it from this way? Ki, the spinners who will be playing in the match, they will be doing so well that we may not even miss Yuzvendra Chahal in this 11. So वैसे सोचो यार, be positive
Yes.
for that match.
Think on
Abhinav,
positive note. Otherwise, you're preparing an excuse for yourself.
yeah, Abhinav is saying I feel Chahar will start वरना दो मैच नहीं खिलाते उसको. Interesting, yes. So no leg spinner in a T20 game. Yes, शायद ऐसे ऐसे हो सकता है. So let's just take one or two comments here because I think Sachit has some plans, so we might have to finish. I think yes, एक घंटा भी हो गया मतलब. While discussing cricket, you know, don't know कि मतलब time कितना fast जाता है. So yes, guys, it was a great pleasure hosting all of you. It was a very interactive session. Thanks once again, Aman, for your kind words, and thank you everyone who tuned in the comment section. Very sorry if we couldn't answer your question on this stream. So, matlab, unfortunately, time wasn't in our favor. But do join us for the future episodes and even for the watch alongs during the India game. I think India Pakistan. I'm sure that बहुत लोग tune in करने वाले. Even our friend Abdullah from Pakistan, he's also going to be there. So we'll have lots of fun, lots of banter. But at the end, we are all here to support and cherish the game that we love the most. So we don't promote any kind of toxicity or any kind of vulgar message. We are just here to enjoy the game, be it an Indian or be it a Pakistani or be it even Bangladesh for that matter. We are all together when we come to support the game that we love. So we'll do join in for more such interaction. Even tomorrow, I think we have the World Cup Digest show episodes lined up. So do join us for that as well. So till then, I hope you all had a wonderful time. And thanks everyone once again for joining us. Thank you, Omkar, Sachit, Himanshu, for your kind uh, presence on the panel for more than 1 hour. Matlab, I think we would have went on for 2 hours, but Sachit to फिर गुस्सा
Definitely.
हो जाता पूरा. Sachit तो फिर so we will do that. मतलब watch along तो है ही. We will have
Yes.
lots of discussion on
I
that.
still have some
So
points which I wanted to discuss, but that's
keep that, save
अभी
that
मैं
for the
भी
watch
बोलने
along.
लगा.
मतलब तभी तो full धमाली करने वाले. But yes,
yes.
thanks everyone once again. We'll be joining you tomorrow and for the big one starting on Saturday onwards. So we'll be back with the pre-match and post-match shows. I think Australia versus South Africa is the first match, so we'll be joining you on Saturday as well. So till then, I hope you all have a wonderful day. Enjoy the game that is currently going around. Oman versus Scotland. Oman won the toss,
Oman is
batting first, 40 for 2.
struggling.
So yeah, so we'll see what happens. आज की रात तक पता चल जाएगा कि कौन से ग्रुप में कौन है. So that will be an exciting game to watch out for. Thanks everyone. This is Sanchit Desai, your host, signing off. Make sure to follow us on all the social media platform. We are the Third Man Cricket Show. Do subscribe us to our YouTube channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on any future episodes. So take care everyone. Sanchit Desai here, signing off.